In modded Terraria, one mod alone stands far above the rest in terms of both balance and difficulty, and that's Calamity's Infernum mod, a game mode that reworks and changes every single boss in the game to be way more extreme and difficult. This alone is usually quite the challenge to overcome, but I'm going to take it a step further and restrict myself only to the true melee class. That means fancy swords like your Terrorblade and Zenith are completely off limits due to them shooting projectiles. I can only use swords that Calamity labels as true melee. This is by far the hardest challenge I'll attempt yet in Terraria, so I need a warrior capable of besting all my foes. This is Spoon, a warrior unlike any other to come before her. Her name strikes fear into the hearts of many, and now she has just spawned into the world with one singular goal: beat every boss. I have a starter bag. Unpleasant copper broadsword. We're moving up in the world. How do you activate Infernum? Oh. There we go. If our goal is to beat all the bosses, this copper broadsword really isn't gonna cut it. But with the power of some bombs coordinated with the FBI watch list I'm probably now on, I'm able to break Crimtane ore, the resource needed for my first true melee weapon, the Blood Butcherer. OP loot already. This weapon doesn't have great range, but it inflicts a damage over time bleeding debuff upon contact with an enemy, making it surprisingly decent and usable, a compliment I personally have never received. A weapon isn't the only thing I need to fight bosses though. I need to break life crystals to upgrade my permanent health. Oh my life crystals! There's 5 on the screen right now! What is this max win, bro? And gather some accessories, with one of the most important being the Hermes boots, which grant much more movement speed, along with the Abyssal Amulet that causes my attacks to inflict the Riptide debuff, draining any enemy's hit by 15 HP a second, much like how I've been draining my life savings to pull for this dumb character in a gacha game. I've got problems. All of this, combined with my secondary weapon, the Rotted Fork for extra range, which I got from breaking Crimson Hearts, and the addition of some platinum armor for extra defense, is preparation for the literal first boss, King Slime. Well, technically I need an arena as well to help with dodging the boss's attacks, but I kind of forgot to record all of that. All right, we're all so ready for King Slime right now, bro. He spawned over there though. Or should you like stand still for him or something? Yeah, he just jumps over you. Wait, this boss is really difficult. Whoa! Okay, so like no one saw that. No one saw that. This is only the first boss. There's no way it could be a problem. Bruh. Okay, so maybe it's a problem. In my defense, this guy has a jewel that shoots lasers which predict your movements, and on top of that, summons a literal freaking ninja to penetrate me with his shurikens. Pause. Penetrate me? Anyways, I'm done losing to this slime's dumb tricks. This time, I'm gonna win. Ow. There we go. Alright, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. Oh my slimes! I'm getting slimed out right now. That boss took me 7 attempts. Maybe that number doesn't sound high to you, but to me, that's a lot. I like to consider myself pretty good at games, having reached top 1000 in Minecraft PvP and having also completed a challenge similar to this in vanilla. So I'm kind of used to beating most bosses in 1 or 2 attempts, not 7. And this was literally the first boss in the game. Unfortunately, King Slime drops nothing of use to me. However, on the bright side, I don't have to do a bunch of tedious farming like I did before the King Slime fight. Instead, I can just jump straight into the next boss because I already have everything I need. All right, I think next is Desert Scourge. It is. The Desert Scourge is next, and this boss must be fought in a desert, so I had to build another arena. This time, I actually recorded it, except I'm sure nobody cares about me placing platforms, so boom, it's done. Wow, magic. Amazing. Anyways, the Desert Scourge is a sandworm that spits a bunch of sand and gives crazy head, except this is the type of head that nobody wants, as it deals over 80 damage. Oh, and he also creates these large sand pellets that slide across the screen, and more sand erupts when he dives underground. Oh, and now I'm dead. And I'm dead again, and again. Okay, I would prefer if the second boss isn't a repeat of what happened with the first. Uh-oh. Like, why did it do that? He's not supposed to charge when he's, doing the winds. I think. Woo! I'm dead. But I'm not dead. Oh, we did it. Wasn't even close. I wasn't afraid for a second. Easy win and stuff like that. The Desert Scourge took me a solid 8 attempts to beat. Hopefully, this upward trend isn't a sign of what's to come with future bosses. Speaking of future bosses, I'm now on the Eye of Cthulhu, and after putting in a few attempts, things aren't looking great. This boss isn't the easiest to hit as a true melee class, causing the fights to just drag out. So I'm gonna get a few upgrades. First, I mined around until I found a granite biome that had an accessory called the Unstable Core, which zaps nearby enemies. Hopefully, it'll be able to do at least a little more damage to the boss. After acquiring that, I located my Shimmer biome. This is important because throwing my weapon into the Shimmer will break it back down into bars, where I can then recraft it, throwing it back into the Shimmer until I get a good reforge that will maximize my possible damage output. And with all that, I'm finally ready to poke this eyeball. Easy boss, bro. Easy boss. Keen Unlimited Merchant Killer. I wonder what this funny thing does. What's that say? 1 million damage? Huh. Yo, you there. Oops. The Eye of Cthulhu took me around 10 attempts, which isn't great, but also isn't the worst. It is, however, the first boss to drop a useful item, the Shield of Cthulhu, an accessory that grants the ability to dash, which is very important for dodging most upcoming bosses, and the next boss on the list, Crabulon, is no exception. This guy is fought in the underground mushroom biome, and he's a little goofy. He's basically just a mushroom crab who shoots spores at you and tries to slap you. Other than that, he's really not that bad and should be fairly easy to beat. Oh yeah. That only took 2 attempts, and I'm guessing it's because this time I could actually consistently hit the boss, who was fairly easy to dodge as well. Also, this loud noise you randomly hear throughout fights is my rage. This gradually fills up over time in a boss fight, and when I use it, I gain a significant increase in damage. Anyways, Crabulon really doesn't drop anything useful, which is a little unfortunate because I'm going to need an upgrade for the next boss. Thankfully, after defeating the Eye of Cthulhu, a new event became available known as Acid Rain. This periodically appears over the Sulphurous Sea, and I need to farm some of the enemies that spawn throughout it for sulfuric scales to craft a new weapon. I saw a book. Sulfuric Leaflet. 2-star rarity. A short informational leaflet describing the dangers of the acid rain. It appears to be I can't say that word. The Basher. That's what I want. Extremely slow. Swings a rotten club that poisons and hold up.
Irradiate.
Wait. It's a radiate. Dude, am I stupid? Why don't I be a Chungus? The Basher is a significant upgrade to the Blood Butcherer, and it also irradiates enemies, decreasing their defense and causing damage over time. With this, hopefully I'll be able to defeat the Brain of Cthulhu easily, my next boss. What is even happening on my screen? Okay, this trend of dying really needs to stop. To be fair though, this guy literally shoots a giant laser and pulls out some shadow clone jutsu. How does any of that make sense? Okay, they all definitely have a hitbox on the clone attack, so the more you know, I guess. Oh, yeah. Easy boss, bro. Easy boss. That one wasn't actually that bad. 6 attempts later, and the Brain is now defeated. This boss is probably the most important in terms of pre-hard mode progression, as his defeat grants me the ability to mine Hellstone, an ore that not only grants me better armor, but the best weapon I can use for the next 2 bosses, the Volcano. This sword is not only larger than all my previous ones, making it easier to hit enemies, but it also causes literal explosions on enemy contact. If I wasn't on the FBI's watch list before, I definitely am now. And after shimmering it to its best modifier of Legendary, I still had a few upgrades to make. This is the Goblin Tinkerer, who spawns in after defeating a goblin army. He not only allows me to spend coins for weapon and accessory reforges, but he also sells a crafting bench called the Tinkerer's Workshop. This allows me to combine some of my accessories, making them better. So my Hermes boots are now Terra Spark boots, which grant more movement speed. Hopefully, with all these upgrades, I should be prepared for my next boss, the Perforators. This guy is kind of like the Brain's older brother, except he shoots a bunch of worms out of his insides, which is a little freaky in my opinion. So honestly, I'd like to eliminate him as soon as possible. Music's very quiet. Whoa! How many keys sub? I mean, he does like 0 damage to me. His contact damage is only 30, so even though I'm getting hit a lot, he really does 0 damage. So it's good considering how annoying it is for me to hit him. I think the worms are what's going to do the most damage to me, though. Yeah. What is this like? Yo, what is this? What is this attack? What's the attack, bro? Okay, that actually wasn't that bad. I think it's because Molten Armor, I have 55 to fit. That might be why. It is technically the gear I'm supposed to have for this fight, though, so I mean. The Perforators only took one attempt to beat, though, to be honest, if my armor wasn't as good as it is, I probably would have gotten absolutely stomped. This boss grants me a few more upgrades like the Bloody Wormtooth he drops and the Bundle of Balloons, a mobility accessory I can get due to the Perforator's defeat, allowing for me to acquire Area Light. This is all I need for the next boss, the Queen Bee, who I need to fight in the jungle. Thankfully, Infernum makes this huge beehive spawn in the world, which will work great for my arena. Woo! So I feel like most of this fight is just going to be RNG if I hit her or not, right? Or I have to play the dodging a lot tighter. Just cooked here, right? Woo! Okay, was not worried for a second. I was not worried for a singular second. That was super easy. And ooh, Beekeeper too. W, bro. Queen Bee only took 2 attempts. However, her fight lasted like 5 minutes because of how annoying she was to hit. She does drop a true melee weapon, the Beekeeper. However, the Volcano is still better than it, so it's what I'll be sticking with for Skeletron, who might just be the toughest boss in pre-hard mode. This is because Skeletron is a bit of a bum who just hangs out of range and projectile spams, making it fairly difficult for me to hit him, a common problem I've had with the true melee class thus far, resulting in quite a few deaths. Dead. Wow. Not being able to hit the bosses has been pretty frustrating. Not only has it made every boss tougher to kill, but it's also been prolonging the fights by quite a bit. Hopefully this doesn't remain a consistent issue throughout the duration of my playthrough. Anyways though, it's time I stop complaining and actually defeat this boss. This fight's like way too long, bro. I have to like play more aggro too, which is kind of annoying. I didn't think I'd have to play as aggro as that, but oh well, I guess. What the even just happened to me there? Bruh. W, bro. Okay, well, that's done. Skeletron's defeat grants access to the dungeon, which houses 2 items I need. First is a sword called the Muramasa, which isn't a direct upgrade to the Volcano, but it is material for a future upgrade. Second, the Shadow Key, an item that enables me to open shadow chests in the underworld, which hold a useful weapon upgrade, the Dark Lance, that has a bit more range than my Volcano. With this new weapon in hand, I should be ready to defeat the Slime God. I mean, I guess I just wing it. What could go wrong realistically, right? Like, it's only Slime God, bro. He's still a slime at the end of the day. There should be like This should be free. Okay, he kind of hurts. Okay, he does like a slam. Okay, now there's 2 of them. Oh, and now they turn into bats. I'm not quite sure what's happening currently. Oh, and now I'm dead. Now I'm dead. My HP's gone. I'm already dead. I'm dead. I'm cooked. So the key phrase there was should be ready. Also, if it seems like I'm rushing through content, I'm trying my best to edit this video so it's not over 2 hours long, because Infernum Calamity really does just have that much content in it. So if you're enjoying the video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. Anyways, it's now time I beat up this slime. Can you please stop spawning orbs inside of me? Like, that would be really, really W. Maybe that's too much to ask for, though. This is a really intense fight when I get to sit still like this, you know? So honestly, my favorite part of the... I don't want to kill that yet. Did I kill it? No, I didn't. Okay, he's alive. Can I please kill him before he, like, yeah, kills me? Why'd I do that? I'm getting clapped immediately. When's it my turn to hit the boss? Like, do I ever get to hit the boss, or is that just, like, not something I really get to do? I mean, it's fine, I guess. I would just like to actually kill the boss one day, you know? Okay, you should just die a burn, right? We're really not dying. We're really just not dying. Oh, there we go. Okay. Slime God surprisingly took a few more attempts than Skeletron, so my previous assessment may have been incorrect. Slime God does, however, allow me to now craft the best pre-hard mode true melee weapon, the Knight's Edge. With this, I should easily be able to defeat the Wall of Flesh and enter hard mode, but there's still one boss I'm forgetting. Deerclops reminds me a lot of myself. Neglected, disregarded, forgotten, unloved. Regardless of all that, he still needs to be eliminated to continue my trajectory of slaying all the bosses. So, sorry Deerclops, I know you have a lot going on and you're probably like depressed, but I'll be sure to end your suffering now. Uh-oh. Oh, we're good. He's gonna get a headache. He's gonna get a headache. Incoming headache. Yeah, there it is. Okay, don't get hit by these hands because you do like 100 damage for 0 reason, bro. Yeah, they do 124. How's that fair? How's that fair? Like, explain. Deerclops, that's just like, that's really fucked up. I'm just saying, bro. Yeah, bro, goodbye. Goodbye, you chungus. That's right, bro. Now that Deerclops have been defeated after a few attempts, I can actually go ahead and fight the Wall of Flesh. Except, I've been thinking, is defeating all of these bosses really so important? There's gotta be something out there far more important than this. Wait, there is. It's money! So instead of fighting the Wall of Flesh, I decided to make a money farm, which will also work as a souls farm once I actually enter hard mode. Side quest aside, after building a long bridge in the underworld to fight the Wall of Flesh on, I was now actually ready to take on this boss. All right. What could possibly go wrong here, right? I think I could one try this. I don't think Wall of Flesh is actually like too bad. I do know that I need to be killing all the eyes at around the same time, which means I might need to switch over to Dark Lance because this one's already getting like absolutely eviscerated. Okay, whatever. Bro, my damage output is so high. Like, what is this? Bro, I killed it in like 2 seconds. That was far easier than I thought it would be. The Knight's Edge literally shredded the wall of flesh into mincemeat. I'm not complaining though, as I've now got an extra accessory slot and a new weapon, the Breaker Blade, along with the fact I'm now of course in hard mode. Usually, upon entering hard mode, you'd go out and mine a bunch of hard mode ores. However, Calamity locks these behind beating the mechanical bosses, so instead, I just needed to grind up a few accessories, such as fairy wings, fairy boots, and the Berserker's Glove, which give a fairly substantial boost to my movement speed and attack damage. With these new accessories, I figured I should be ready to take on my first hard mode boss, Queen Slime. God, owie. Okay, that kind of hurt. I just like hard wasted my rage there, but it's probably okay. There's so many projectiles on the screen that I like barely know what the fuck I'm doing. Alright, it's a W fight. 2 attempts, not bad. Honestly, my first hard mode boss only taking 2 attempts isn't that bad. Maybe my class is beginning to scale and get easier. And since Queen Slime doesn't drop anything or unlock any new form of progression, I can now get straight to testing my theory on the next boss, Cryogen. Alright, when is it my turn to hit the boss? Not right now, I guess. Still not my turn to hit the boss? Oh, it's this attack. He hits pretty hard. Okay, I think he just phase transitioned. Hey, we're nearly halfway. It's only been like 5 minutes, maybe more than that. Okay, we've got dash attack now. At least dash attack is like another spot where I can actually hit the boss, right? Can I hit him in this attack? Definitely not. Bro, there's like 0 attack windows anymore. That was really like a 20-minute boss fight. What does it say how long the boss fight is? 20 minutes. Why is this such a long fight? I take back everything I said about this class scaling. That fight lasted 20 times longer than I last in bed. And the only person I ever get in bed with is myself. Wait. Thankfully, the 20 minutes of me being held hostage by Cryogen were rewarded by a new weapon, the Avalanche. Hopefully, this weapon won't lead me to any more 20-minute boss fights, and instead will carry me through early hard mode. Next on the list of bosses to tackle is the Twins. Defeating it will grant me access to Mithril, an ore I need for armor, and a few accessory upgrades. But I was kind of struggling with this one attack the Twins had when they got low, where they literally just start tweaking. So I went to expand my arena a little before my next Twins attempt, but the game had other ideas. Okay, I guess we're fighting Destroyer now. Wait, that's not Destroyer. What is Air? What is this one? Is this Prime? It's Prime. This arena feels so much better. It's so much more spacious. It's taking his sweet time to spawn in though, that's for sure. Holy moly, bro. I'm not like too sure how bad this boss is. A bad time to pop Rage, I guess. This is another Cryogen type of boss. Like, what is this? Oh god, this is another Cryogen type of boss. I dashed on accident, W. GG, every single NPC just died, bro. Okay, well, that was slightly out of order. I was hoping to do twins first, but, okay, I guess. Technically speaking, Skeletron Prime and the twins are interchangeable in terms of progression, so defeating it still gave me access to Mithril, and honestly, I'm not complaining because that guy was super easy, taking just one attempt. So with Mithril now obtained, I upgraded my armor and upgraded my accessories to Flame Wings for more flight time, and the Evasion Scarf, a better dash item. I also went and gathered some life fruit in the jungle to increase my max life, which I had forgotten to get at the start of hard mode, but it's fine. With these upgrades, I should be ready to refocus my attention on defeating the twins. He was dead! He was dead! He was on 0! Why do they have to have like some like death animation, bro? He was literally on 0. Okay, so if I rush him after this dash, I can get damage. Definitely not a great idea though. I take a shit ton of damage, but I don't really have any other idea. I'm cooked. When do I get to damage you? I don't. Stuck on a sunflower? Classic. Run to transform first. Kind of like face tank that though. It's not really intelligent. I don't know why I did that. Now I'm like cooked. Yeah, maybe don't face tank that attack. Huh? That would be intelligent. I just cooked myself, bro. Where's Faz go? Damage, 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 damage. Look, the plan is if I get really... Oh my god, that didn't work. I don't like you, Spaz. I don't like you. Get away from me, you freak. Get away from me. What, is it dead? W? That boss went how I expected hard mode bosses to go. The twins took 7 attempts to beat and have now given me access to mining titanium. Unfortunately though, this isn't beneficial for my class, meaning I'm stuck with my current gear for my fight against the Aquatic Scourge. The Aquatic Scourge is the child who went to college, got a good degree, and made his parents proud, while his younger brother, the Desert Scourge, was busy doing crack in a back alleyway. However, that doesn't mean the Aquatic Scourge is some kind of angel, because for my first few attempts, I was getting bullied pretty badly. But now, I think it's time I stuff him in a locker. Okay, I don't know what the hell he just said there. Rage baited me, that's what he did. I want to get under him, bro. Should be going up right here, right? Okay, nope, he's not going up. Maybe he waits till after this. Okay, just wait till after the attack. What does bro think he's... Okay, bro. He's dead, right? Oh, poor buddy. All right, anyways. Aquatic Scourge also gives nothing of importance for true melee, so literally not even less than 5 minutes later, I was already off to exterminate another worm, the Destroyer. I actually need to pay attention to his head, otherwise I'm gonna like... Yeah. Oh my god, he's getting deleted. But so am I. I don't know what's happening. Where'd he go? Ooh. Bro thinks he's the Devourer of Gods, like... Dude, my bad. I'm sorry. It was the dog. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna like dodge until I get a heal. Where'd he go? He like So that guy might have gotten railed harder than your mother did last night, but that's besides the point. Beating the Destroyer gives me access to a few new accessories. However, I'm going to temporarily hold off on them because I have one more boss I need to beat that's on the same tier as my current gear, and that's Mombi? The Brimstone Elemental. Should I like do like some laser shit here? Oh wait, she doesn't have contact damage. Oh, she doesn't have contact damage. She's gonna get absolutely stupid. I dash an accident. Sure, there's a phase 2, right? I may have gotten a little too excited and beat her too fast. Regardless, she grants me a new weapon, the Brim Lance, which once again causes explosions on enemy contact. I can also go to the jungle and mine Chlorophyte for Chlorophyte armor, along with upgrading my boots to Angel Treads and swapping out another old accessory with the Mechanical Gauntlet for more damage. With these upgrades, I've now officially entered mid-hard mode, and this is where I personally think Infernum starts getting difficult, with the bosses gradually getting more and more insane. The first of these mid-hard mode bosses is the Calamitas Clone. Woo! Laser! Let's do 113, bro? Like... I got stuck on a sunflower, I'm gonna be honest. I hit the bottom of that sunflower and it kinda cucked me. I'm gonna blame the sunflower for all of my problems in this world. Woo! Things weren't going great, but I had gotten her somewhat low in these 2 attempts, so hopefully that was a good sign of what's to come. Also, I completely forgot to record the next few attempts, so I'll temporarily be using stream footage from my Twitch. Sure. I don't think you're supposed to dodge in the middle of that shit. Oh wait, this has the I trolled. Woo! All right, W. That wasn't that bad. Calamitas Clone took 6 attempts to beat, and like 50% of the other bosses before it grants me absolutely nothing. Woohoo! I guess that means I'm jumping straight into the next boss, Plantera. Do the green things explode when they hit something? Oh, they do. This thing has 0 range. Maybe phase 2 here is easier. Come on, what are we doing now? We just invented a new move? Okay, whatever, it's cool. I didn't pop my buffs last time. Plantera, like the Calamitas Clone, also took 6 attempts to beat, and it actually unlocks some new accessory upgrades, such as the Asgard's Valor, which is a huge dash improvement and my first ram dash. A ram dash is the same as normal dashes, except I can actually now dash through bosses without taking any damage. I can also get Mothron wings, but I need to farm solar eclipses. Why is Mothron, like, laying eggs underground, bro? Like... Ow. Why is Mothron just inside of me, bro? Mothron wings when? I guess it's like legendary loot, bro. Why are you running from me? Bro, how many eyes of Cthulhu can I get? Like, genuinely. Another eye of Cthulhu, bro. I mean, this is a pretty good money farm, at least. But I'm not getting, my Mothron wings. How many eyes of Cthulhu does it take to get a Mothron wing, bro? Another Eye of Cthulhu, bro. What the Trollomoli is going on here? What is the Mothron wings drop chance? Like... Oh, fuck. It was an accident! When do I get, like, the wings, bro? Wait, I've killed 25 Mothrons! I have the banner! I got it! Mothron wings have a 10% drop rate, by the way. Whatever, though. It's fine. Before the Solar Eclipse fiasco, I crafted a new weapon called the Anarchy Blade, which is an upgrade to the Breaker Blade I once used. This weapon gradually does more damage the lower I am on health, and it causes explosions. Okay, come on. Why does literally every true melee weapon cause explosions? This is just getting ridiculous. At this point, the feds are gonna show up at my door. Hello? Go away. Phew, that was close. Anyways, after all that grinding, I'm finally ready to try beating the next boss, Anahita and Leviathan. Got your nose, got your nose. Okay, the fact that both of those just hit me is kind of like ridiculous. This guy is such a chungus, bro. He's gonna charge me again. I knew it, I knew it. And then he sits on me, and then he sits on me. I'm like inside of 10,000 different projectiles at once. Oh my, what the? Hey, relax, relax, relax. Chill, chill, chill. Friendly, 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 friendly. Oh, she doesn't help. Oh my. Yo, yo, chill, 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 chill. W? First try, first try, first try. That was totally my first attempt. Unfortunately, Leviathan and Anahita don't drop anything useful, so I kind of just have to move straight into the next boss. Except, before that, I figured I should build a new arena. So I built one that takes up almost half of my world. That should hopefully work out for all my future bosses, including my next one, Astrum Aureus. This thing does so much damage, like 150 contact damage on every hit is kind of crazy. So I think I mainly get damage on the slam attack. I can also get some damage on rockets. This boss is gonna have the most attempts. He is not true melee friendly at all, bro. Oh my god, why is he so fast when he does that attack? See, I like when I can abuse this attack and just fly straight up on it. And then get like actual good damage. Ow. When is it like my turn to actually like hit the boss, by the way? Like, do I get a turn? Okay, so he spawns rockets on these now, which means I can't do the same shit I was doing before, but I can kind of circle, I think. What the fuck is this? What 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 is this? Jump on me, jump on me, step on me, step on me, step on me. Wait, he's stepping on me, he's stepping on me. Thank you. All I ever wanted was for you to step on me. Yes, keep stepping on me, please. Nice. If only Astrum Aureus was a 6'2" gothic mommy. Wait, did I say that out loud? The whopping 16 attempts this boss took to beat must have messed with my brain. And unfortunately for me, this boss drops nothing of value, so I'm off to beat the next boss, Golem. I am so ready for my saving grace Golem. We all love Golem. Oh my, bro, chill. How many damn fists are you gonna throw at me? Where'd he go? Oh my. What does blue eyes mean? Blue eyes means Sans Undertale. You know, that makes sense. You don't get infinite flight for this, okay? White eyes means slam. Slam Duncan. Ow. Golem, you're a very scary man. This isn't that bad. I don't know what just hit me, but I just wasted my rage, I think. Sans Undertale? What the fuck? What? Oh my! Don't do that again, Golem. What the freak? I accidentally dashed in 5, not me to do that. What's purple? That's like not too bad. Oh my. Bro, if I wanted to see a graph, I would be in math still, or be in school. Woo. Oh, that was like really easy. I kind of thought Golem would be difficult, and then we just first try him. That was shockingly easy compared to Aureus, and Golem opens up a ton of new accessories, along with new armor and weapons. But a lot of these items require a new resource I can now mine, Scoria. So I headed over to the Abyss for the first time this playthrough to gather some. Oh, hell no. Did it just crash my game the second I clicked the Gulper Eel? Oh my god, he crashed my game. Bro! W Gulper Eel. He just consumed my game files. I was going to insert some kind of dirty joke here, but I couldn't think of anything, so instead, here's Slow Punny. Okay, seriously though, I have no idea why that happened. So I had to gather my Scoria without the Gulper Eels noticing. Once that was done, I crafted 2 accessories, the Magma Gauntlet and Celestial Stone, and also made a set of Beetle Armor. I then crafted the Omni Blade, a sword that I will be stuck with for basically the rest of hard mode. But it's a pretty good weapon, so I'm not complaining. With all those upgrades, I'm now ready to fight my next boss, the Plaguebringer Goliath. He literally just like came inside of me 13 different times in a row. Should probably rephrase that. Okay, well that like spawned inside of me. I'm kind of cooked here, I think. So now he wants to nuke again. I guess I can rage this and hope to kill everything in time. But I think I killed everything in time. Fuck, we did it. We did it. We did it. I stopped the nuke. Plaguebringer took me about 4 attempts. And yes, she literally will create a nuke mid-fight if you don't kill her minions. Anyways, she drops nothing of use to me. And same goes for the next few bosses. So I'm as strong as I currently can be for a while. That means I need to speed up on some of these boss kills, starting with Duke Fishron. I need a bigger arena. This is not enough space. You need so much verticality for this boss. Ow. Naughty, naughty, Fishron. Be a good boy already. Okay, what the? That kind of hurt. I'll be honest. Uh-oh. What the fuck is this? Oh, that was actually pretty easy. That was surprisingly super simple, I'm gonna be honest. I thought that boss would be like somewhat difficult and it just wasn't. Despite how it looks, that fight actually took 2 attempts. I just didn't want to show you I died. Oh my god, the tsunami. Oh, well, now you saw regardless. The next boss on my list is the Empress of Light, and she's probably my favorite boss. Not just because I want her to step on me, but her fight is genuinely just super clean. Though maybe she's now stepping on me a little too much. I think it's time I do the stepping. I don't know how to dodge this attack. Does she have a desperation phase? No, I think we're good. Okay, we're fine. That wasn't so bad. The next boss, on the other hand, is a different story. This is Ravager, and I hate him. He's probably my least favorite boss in Infernum. All he does is jump around a lot, he's hard to get close to, and he kills me way more than he should. Maybe if he looked more like the Empress of Light, I wouldn't mind, but that's simply not the case. So he needs to be eradicated. I love how that thing just like blitzes my HP bar, like. What is he doing? walls now. I guess I just need to like try and keep distance from the walls so they're easier to like dodge. Ow. Yo, how many slams are we doing? Alright, that was an interesting boss to say the least. Ravager's defeat may not give me any upgrades, but it does mean only 3 bosses remain in all of hard mode: the Lunatic Cultist, Astrum Deus, and the Moon Lord. The first of these I need to defeat is the Cultist, and I was actually struggling to defeat this boss with the Omni Blade, so I switched to the Starlight, a weapon the Empress of Light dropped, for a little bit more range to see if that would improve my chances. Yo. Why are these guys still here? What's the unfair? I think Starlight's the best weapon for this. Ow. Just fireballs now? I'm stuck. Dead? Alright, that was like not too bad. The Cultist took more attempts than I would like to admit. It was 10. But this time, I'm not going to embarrass myself by showing all my deaths. Instead, there's more pressing things to worry about, like how the Cultist literally summoned the apocalypse on my world. So I now have to eliminate all 4 celestial pillars and defeat the Moon Lord. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. After clearing out just 2 of the celestial pillars in my arena, I actually have to first defeat Astrum Deus before going for the Moon Lord. For this boss, I'll be using a weapon called the Vulcanite Lance, made from scoria. Thankfully, I got enough of it last time I was in the Abyss, so I don't have to worry about another Gulper Eel incident. This spear isn't the greatest for other bosses, but because Deus is a worm and the spear A, has tons of range, B, has substantial amounts of lifesteal, or C, literally explodes on enemy contact like 90% of other true melee weapons. If you chose C, you're correct. Due to the explosions piercing the worm, this spear literally shreds him, so this fight shouldn't be too bad. Okay, I totally dashed there, but that's fine. What is happening? He's summoning a black hole. Okay, he's dead. I don't know. What's happening? I don't care. He's dead. That's all that matters. Astrum Deus took 7 attempts to beat. Dropped an accessory called the Hide of Astrum Deus, which gives me a pretty substantial buff to my damage output, and now allows me to craft my final hard mode weapon, the Profane Guardian. And I'm not even gonna read off what it does because we already all know. With this sword, I blitzed through the last 2 celestial pillars and was now ready to take on the Moon Lord, Vanilla Terraria's final boss. I probably want to be killing the hands at around the same time, I would imagine. Okay, there's like some... Do those predict? I think those predict. Holy f*** his HP! Oh my god. You wanna kill this one first. Why is it so damn loud, that explosion? Holy f***, it's so loud! That was like super easy, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so the Moonlord literally took 4 attempts to beat. I'm beginning to think this class isn't very difficult after all, seeing as that sword literally just obliterated him. But now hard mode's over, and I'm entering post hard mode, so things are about to get real. Defeating the Moonlord grants me another additional accessory slot, which I filled with a Defic Amulet, an item for more survivability. I then upgraded my armor to Solar Armor and my wings to Solar Wings, thanks to the Luminite the Moonlord dropped. Along with all that, I'm also able to craft a new weapon from the Luminite, the Stellar Striker, which will be needed for my first post-hard mode boss, Dragonfolly. Owie. Bro, my ass does not know how to click the dash button. I just like take it like a good boy. Dragonfolly taking more attempts than Moonlord, like... Ow. There's like 0 time for me to like ever hit this boss, bro. Like, where's my opening? Right here? Ow. This is literally the first boss of post-hard mode, and he already is much more difficult than the Moonlord. Hopefully, this isn't a sign of what post-hard mode has to offer. Dragonfolly took 17 attempts to beat, and thankfully it dropped a weapon, the Gilded Proboscis, which I need for the next boss. This weapon is a spear that heals me on enemy contact, so it's pretty good for survivability. It is, however, unfortunately, the only upgrade I have before fighting the Profane Guardians. Surely they'll be easier than Dragonfolly. Bro, how many attempts am I at on this thing? Probably like too many. 38. These 3 floating chicken nuggets have somehow taken me 38 attempts, and I still have yet to beat them. They've taken the most attempts out of any boss yet by far, so hopefully I beat them soon. Woo! Wall, bro. Okay, I did not hit that wall there. I probably hit that wall. Oh my... Hell nah. What? Oh my. Am I alive? Am I alive? Am I alive? It's a miracle. Wait. He's dead, right? Woo! Oh. 40 total attempts is what this boss took me. And do you want to know the worst part? This guy has a 10% drop chance for an accessory I absolutely need. But unlike what happened with Mothron, I got super lucky this time. Nice. War banner, war banner, war banner, war banner, war banner. Oh, what? Max win, max win, max win. It only took me 2 total kills to get the war banner of the sun. We'll ignore the 10 attempts it took just to kill the boss the second time. Anyways, though, this replaces my Hide of Deus and gives me a substantial boost to my damage. Damage I'll most likely need for my next boss, Providence. Ow. I'm not even getting heals off of her, actually. Why am I hitting her, bro? Like, why am I playing that close? I don't do damage. Like, Chungus POV? Okay, so she does this and it, like, does fire under her? I don't really know how the fire works, though. There's, like, too much shit to be, like, paying attention to, bro, and it confuses me. The fire spawns under me, and then there's, like, these like, bombs and shit. And you wanna circle her for this? Back to this attack, and I keep like getting hit by the dagger because I'm a Chungus. She goes down and like cracks her, and I have this attack, which I think you kind of just want to go in a straight line for. I mean, it's like it was working for like a solid few seconds. She just died here? Oh. That was, like, surprisingly easy, honestly. Whoa! Somehow, Providence only took 4 attempts to beat, which is odd because her Guardians took 4 times that. How does that make any sense? Whatever. Providence's death gave me not only a new weapon, the Holy Collider, but also 2 new accessories. One being a new pair of wings, the Elysian Wings, and another being a new Ram Dash, the Elysian Aegis. But these aren't the only upgrades I can now get. I also went and crafted the Blood Flare Core, an accessory based on survivability, and the Badge of Bravery, an accessory for damage. Unfortunately, though, I don't have enough accessory slots for both these new accessories, so they'll be swapped around occasionally depending on the boss I'm fighting. Speaking of boss, or should I say bosses, because next on the agenda is the Sentinels of the Devourer, 3 separate bosses I must defeat before progressing. Okay, so I need to like not be going for damage, I just need to focus on dodging and just hope to get damage, kinda. Like, that attack there is probably the best one to get damage on. Nice. That wasn't that bad. If I just didn't get hit, honestly, that would like make things a lot easier too, though. Holy fuck, that was close as shit. Oh, I'm stuck. How much HP does he have until he transitions, bro? Like the... There it is. Is this slot safe? Looks safe. We good? Are we good? Are we good? Holy fuck, bro, that took forever. This time around, I decided not to drag you through the boring bits of losing, but basically, Stormweaver was super easy, and I beat him on my 4th attempt. Cygnus was fairly difficult, but I managed to beat him in just 15. On the time it took for me to beat Ceaseless Void, I was able to get married, raise a family, die, get rebooted, and then finally beat the boss after 2,279 attempts. That's a joke. I don't know why it says that many attempts. It's probably some weird bug with Infernum, but anyways, all that suffering rewards me with absolutely nothing. So I'll just move straight into my next boss, Polterghast. And now I should be ready. Owie, 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 owie. Yeah, this might actually take 3 hours. So it's been an hour and I haven't gotten him under half HP. I mean, he's down to 43, so that wasn't that bad. I mean, I'm getting closer at least. It's just very, very slowly. Bro, this attack. Might be cooked. I'm kind of against the wall here. I'm gonna keep the healing accessory on. What the frick is that? Wait, he didn't even phase transition. Why is he doing this attack? Wait, is he bugged? He's bugged. He hasn't... Did he just not, like, change textures? I'm confused. Okay, I guess he has that attack in this phase. I've just never seen it before. I dashed the wrong way. He's gonna do it. I knew he was doing that attack. Like, you, bro. I don't know how this works. Oops. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. Save me! Oh my! We're good. Holy f***. That was a mildly annoying boss fight, but it only took 16 attempts, which isn't too terrible for a post-Hardmode boss in my opinion. With Polterghast's defeat, I upgraded the Bloodflare armor and crafted a new weapon the last morning. I then headed over to the Sulphurous Seas to fight my next boss, the Old Duke. Also, this massive gaping rift in the background is from a different mod I had installed at the time, so just ignore it. I ran a few attempts against the Old Duke, but I was struggling pretty hard. As the fight progresses, he begins to dash at you faster and faster, to the point where you have to start timing your dashes based off of his sound cues. This was pretty difficult to learn and led to quite a few deaths, but I think I have the hang of it now, so I should be able to take him down. Bro, I totally dashed that. Yeah, I'm in a single dash phase now. I don't know the timings for this one. Just die, please. The Old Duke took me 33 attempts, and I assume my death count will only go up from here, as there are now only 4 bosses left. And the next on my list is the Devourer of Gods, who is probably the main boss players think about when they think of Infernum mode. I'm sure it won't be too bad though. Okay, so maybe it will be a little bad. I can't even get past first phase now? Like, what happened? Chungus to... It's grid again. Wait, it's not. It's one right. Thank you. It sucks. Oh wait, let's just go down. I forgot I'm a Chungus. I'm fine, evidently though. Okay, well that's unlucky. This just spawned inside of me, bro. Nice. Holy, that took way too long. How many attempts was that? 84! I can now see why this is the poster child of Infernum mode. That took the most attempts out of any boss by far, and its difficulty alone shows off just how hard Infernum can get. And yet, somehow, there's still 3 more bosses after this. But before I get into them, I've got a few upgrades. First is a new set of armor and a new weapon crafted by the Devourer of Gods Cosmolite. Next, there's a few accessory upgrades, starting with the Elemental Gauntlet, an upgrade to the Magma Gauntlet I've had since forever ago, then the Asgardian Aegis, an upgraded Ram Dash, and finally the Sponge, an accessory purely made for survivability. I also got an accessory called the Community a while back, which basically just gives a buff to all my stats. And with all of these, I should be ready to take on the Jungle Dragon Yharon. Similarly to the old Duke, Yharon's fight relies heavily on sound cues. This is due to him always dashing from outside of your screen. There's also some pattern to his attacks that involve sound cues, but I don't really remember it as of editing this. With all of this knowledge and almost 50 failed attempts under my belt, I was now ready to take out this overgrown chicken for good. Oh. Holy, bro, that was annoying as 5,000 chicken nuggets. It's just what I needed, bro. Yharon took about 53 attempts to beat, and I still needed a weapon from him, so I had to fight him again. Thankfully, he was super easy to beat a second time and dropped my new weapon, the Dragon Rage. Yharon's defeat also allows for me to now mine Auric ore, so I've got a bit more upgrades ahead of me. Starting with Auric armor, the last armor set I'll need in the game, and then a few accessories like the Seraph Tracers, which combine my boots and wings into one accessory, and the Rampart of Deities, an upgrade to my previously used Defic Amulet. With all these upgrades, I'm officially ready to take on the Exo Mechs. Holy my screen. Where did my health even just go? I don't know what's happening. Like, I genuinely, like, where'd my health go? What? I don't know what's happening. There's too many projectiles to avoid. I don't know what's happening on my screen. Well, guys, we can be friends, right? I don't think we can be friends. Safe to say, this fight was not going well at all. But after a few more hours of trying, I finally had a good attempt. Holy dodge. How the fuck did I just no-hit that? Just die, please! Holy bro. That was one of the bosses of all time. The Exo Mechs took 79 attempts to defeat and gave me my final accessory, Drayden's Heart, which essentially works like another healing potion. With that out of the way, I've somehow managed to make it to the final boss, Supreme Calamitas. And that final boss title is definitely warranted, as this boss took death after death after death in almost 6 hours of attempts till I finally managed to pull something off. Attempt 137. I think 137 is the lucky number, honestly. I think 137 is the run. Why would it not be? Did I troll? No, okay, we're good. Oh my, I'm cooked. What the fuck was that? What was that pattern? Explain how the fuck I was supposed to dodge anything there. Bird! Bird! We're fine. Uh-oh. I think I have to play rhythm again here. Wait, no, we're good, we're good, we're good. Oh, we're not good, we're not good. Is that damage touch though? Okay, we're good. I had to waste a potion now. It's fine. The laser's gonna touch me. Just don't. Okay, like, that fireball spawned inside of me again. What do I say about balls inside of me? Bad RNG. Really bad RNG. Back to birds, bro. Back to birds. How many times am I gonna be on this damn bird's attack? Ow! No! I ran into the ball! It's all the fat bird's fault. I'm sorry, it just is. Whew, I misclicked my dash. I have no healing. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Just like die? Oh my, what is happening? I don't know, bro. Why'd I fly up into the attack? Like, why do I keep doing that? 13 seconds off heal, most likely 30-ish off of my nanos. That most likely means that I am cooked as... What? Oh my... Okay, I don't really know what the hell the tech is for this attack. Please, 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 please. How long does it last? Oh my god, I think we're good. Bro, f that boss. Holy. That's it. I've now completed my goal of defeating every Infernum boss with the true melee class. To be honest though, it didn't really feel the most difficult up until post-hard mode, but that's besides the point. All that really matters now is that I finally beaten Infernum true melee. Also, I'm not very familiar with making content outside of Minecraft, so if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, and maybe I'll try out some more variety style content in the future.